Green Sabre, Doom Telly, episode 21. And I'm getting involved in, this is a little extra video. I'm doing Kjorvik, one of the vinyl community. Great guy, great channel. I was going to say get it watched, but I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're already well aware of Roga. So, yeah, anyway, he set a week or two back, he set himself a challenge. Well, he set everyone a challenge to celebrate his 660 subscribers landmark achievement. I think he's since breached 700 quite comfortably by the sounds of it. So, congratulations, Roga. Well done. But yeah, his challenge was to celebrate 660 subscribers to do 6 albums with evil covers, a shout out to 6 other YouTubers of the vinyl community to give them some much needed coverage. My video is going to contain additional evil though, because what I'm going to do, because this is essentially a band channel as well, it's the Green Sabre band channel, but it's also my vehicle for sort of getting involved in this vinyl community stuff, which is all good. So I'm going to add additional evil to mine, and I'm also going to shout out 6 band channels, making it a nice round 666. You know, the circle of evil is complete, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Firstly, though, shout out to all my new subscribers that have come via this competition from other people's videos. And thank you ever so much, guys, those of you that have given me a shout out. It's very kind of you. Some very kind words out there on the internet. I can't complain. I've done pretty well out of this competition. So I figured because I've done well out of it, I'm going to have my own go. So where do we start? I suppose the 6 evil album covers. Now, there was a few that I could pick and a few that I nearly picked, and then I realised I've watched a few of these videos now, and some that have turned up on almost everyone's picks, so I've tried to avoid those ones. For example, one of the first off the bat that I thought of was Slayer's Hell Awaits, but that obviously was a popular one because a lot of people have picked that, so I thought, right, I'll leave that off, so I'll go with some others. And I think they all tick the evil box. So, yeah. And like I say, mine's going to have additional evil because I'm going to shout out to 6 specific band channels as well. So, anyway, should we get this started? Yes, we should. So, what I'm going to start with, first of all, on my evil album covers is this beauty from Electric Wizard. And I think it ticks all the boxes. It fulfills the brief as such. Like, I mean, look. It's an evil demon Satan-y type sort of person. Look at him. He's like, I'm evil. Evil. And also, he appears to be smoking the devil's lettuce as well. So, and of course, kids, we all know, doesn't get more evil than that, does it? So, yeah. Evil album cover number 1. Great album as well, I have to say. I won't go into any great depth on it as such and such. But yeah, that was my first choice for evil album covers. Hopefully, I've picked out 6 here as well. I did make a list, but we'll soon see. So these aren't in any particular order. They're not in any order of evil as such. Like, they're all just evil album covers. So now the next one that I've picked, I feel is a bit of a cheat, to be quite honest with you, because it's a horror movie soundtrack. But I think the cover itself, it's the Salem's Lot original musical score soundtrack. Look at that. Look how evil that is. At the kiddie in the window. I think it captures the essence of what's so terrifying about this film. It captures it brilliantly on this album cover. The vinyl base as well. It's like like a blue, yellow, black swirl. So it's like Barlow colours as such. Like, so yeah, I mean, that's pure evil, right? I know it feels like a bit of a cheat because it's a horror movie soundtrack. But yeah, that fulfills the evil brief, right? So I thought, yeah, I think it counts. Yeah, next up, and it's mainly evil, but yeah, I mean, I certainly thought it was as a kid, so Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness, of course. Now, you'll all know this cover, I imagine, but yeah, I'm trying not to get any glare in there, but yeah, evil faces, some somewhat goofy and wacky faces in there as well, but yeah, generally quite evil. I just think it's a great album cover. It's sort of, you know, you're in for a treat. When you look at this cover, I seem to recall that some of the reissues, there's some issue with Dan Seagrave and his artwork and rights elapsing and so on and so forth, and Earache wouldn't pay for them. So you'll notice that some reissues of this, certainly a CD that I've seen of a reissue of it recently, has got a tweaked cover. It's not this artwork. It's very similar, but it isn't this artwork, which is disappointing because it's not the same without it. But yeah, an amazing bit of Dan Seagrave artwork there, and I think that is fairly evil, don't you? Yeah, I do. So yeah, Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness. Now the other one, and I must admit, I was trying hard here to try and think of stuff that I haven't seen on other people's videos. If they have picked, I have seen one that's coming up. I have seen on a couple of them, but it's just, it has to be on there. But anyway, we'll get to that as such. But this one, I've not seen on any others, but I thought I'd pick it anyway. It is My Dying Bride's, it's very glary, that, isn't it? Very shiny cover. The Bargester Whitby 12-inch. And yeah, that's, I don't know if you can quite see that evil dog's face. Based on the old kind of folk tale of the Bargest, of the moors around Whitby, as such, like the demon dog that haunts the moors of Whitby. And yeah, I think, I mean, it's a fantastic single, is this, by My Dying Bride. One of my favourite things, because it's an amazing song, which I believe, yes, spans both sides. It's quite the piece of work. It's like 27, 28 minutes long or something. Amazing song, and really good album cover. You get the Abbey there in the background and the evil dog. Yeah, evil, very much so. So yeah, I think that counts. Next, and this one definitely. Now, I suppose the technicality here, it's not the front cover, it's more the entire album artwork, but I've picked Autopsy's fabulous Acts of the Unspeakable. Now, that front cover's not particularly evil in its own right. I mean, it's fairly gruesome. It's this bit. It's the inner sleeve picture. And that, I remember I could lose myself in this. When I'd be listening to the album and lose yourself in the artwork, the beauty of vinyl, of course. And yet you'd look at this picture and just find sort of, and you just find something more and more grotesque as you went along. I mean, it looks like a very kind of sort of rough parody of, I can't remember the name of the artist now, but there's a very famous old painting that, like, the sort of vision of hell. I can't remember the name of the painting or the artist that did it, but I'm sure you out there, put it in the comments and remind me. But yeah, I mean, evil, terrifying, horrible, all sorts of gruesome nonsense going on there. And I think it fulfills the evil brief. I could have picked, with a lot of death metal covers, I could have picked lots of gruesome covers. But I don't know if I think they were more gruesome necessarily than evil. And I think, yeah, the nature of this, I think qualifies that as that. That's 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, of course. And I've gone for this one. I've seen this on 1 or 2 other videos, and justifiably so. It is, of course, Achilles' Melano. Is it Melano or Melano? Yeah, Melano album. And I love this picture, like the sort of face of the witch, and it is just evil. It is. It's an evil-looking witch. I think this is absolutely qualifies for this competition. I adore this picture, and I think it's one of them where you straight away just the evil of that image. You know exactly what you're getting off this record. It is pure guttural evil, well produced, not quite as lo-fi as a lot of black metal, but pure evil black metal. That's what you get with this Achilles album. Absolute belter of a record as well as this. So that, yeah, it had to be in my top 6 evil album covers. So yeah, that's them. No great fanfare, no massive amounts of waffling like I normally do. So yeah, so that's the 6 evil album covers. Okay, we're gonna get on to the 6. I'll tell you what I'll do first, though. Actually, I'll do the additional evil, and that is the 6 bands that I want to do a shout out to. So, firstly, all these links I probably won't bother putting images in. There's not much point, and generally I forget to put the fuckers in there anyway. So, but yeah, I'm gonna shout out to 6 band accounts. Firstly, I'm going to mention my friend Lee of Oaken Throne. I've mentioned him a lot in recent videos, but shout out to Lee and shout out to Oaken Throne. Great band. There's a link down below for their YouTube channel. You can find, I feel like they might only have 2 videos on there at the minute, but they're well worth just checking out anyway. Follow that account, because when the next video goes up, you'll be the first to see it. It's such a great band. Fantastic. Yeah, Oaken Throne. The next shout out I'm going to do is for Roots of the Old Oak. And I will put it down here. I feel like it might be a Hammer Heart Records link, though. I don't know if they've specifically got their own channel, or if they have, there's only 1 video on it. Although I might just put the few of them on there anyway. But yeah, Roots of the Old Oak. Great band. Got an album coming out soon this year via Hammer Heart Records. Great bunch of guys. Stuart, in particular. Shout out Stuart. And yeah, great band. Follow them if you don't already know about them. And I'm sure most of you probably do. Shout out number 3, bands-wise, is to Elderseer, a band that I discovered via Liam, Death Doom Metalhead. And, oh, yeah, thank you for that discovery, because amazing band, and great as well. Great guys. So, yeah, absolute shout out to them. I'll put the link down below. I think this is their own channel that they're on. But, yeah, I had an album out just earlier this year. Their new album, fantastic. If you've not checked it out, do so. Like I say, there'll be a link for it. Of course, moving on from that, and I mentioned Liam, Death Doom Metalhead. His band, Consecration. Brilliant band. Again, it's likely that you all already know about this. But as a band channel, shout out to our fabulous peers. All of whom do it better than we do, I would say. So, yeah, shout out to them. But, yeah, Consecration and Liam. Great band, great guys. Who else have we got? Oaken Throne, Elderseer, Roots of the Old Oak, Consecration. The other band, Blackpool's finest Doom pioneers, Enchantment. Been in touch recently with Mark G with a C. Shout out, Mark. Yeah, great band, and a band that we remember, like I say, Green Sabre, in a previous life, in like 93, 94, used to be the Doom band Desolate from Lancaster. We're all ex-members of that as such, like, you know. So, yeah, and Enchantment were kicking around at that same time, so we knew the name from way back then. So, yeah, it feels like a sort of... the Doom uprising has happened at the same time. So, yeah, quite a lot in common with Enchantment. Again, they've had a terrific album out last year. So, again, most of you will know about it, but check it out anyway. So, yeah, Enchantment, shout out. And finally, I think there was one more. Yes, of course there was. Our Lancaster brothers and sisters, death metal giants, Bloodyard. We rehearse in the same building in Preston, sort of across the corridor from each other. Every now and then we're in at the same time. But yeah, shout out to Bloodyard. If you don't know about them, check them out. Great band. They've been going for ages. Female front, Donna on vocals. Amazing vocalist as well. And yeah, they're just a great bunch. Nick, Matt, Dave, fantastic bunch. So yeah, check them out. So shout out to them. So yeah, that's my additional 6 shout outs to bands. Okay, the rule stated that I do 6 shout-outs to YouTube channels as well. Now, because everyone's been so sort of nice about this channel, really, I wanted to shout out to everyone, but I've got to pick 6. I know a lot of you out there as well have been picking 6 channels that maybe need a bit of an oomph, bit of a following, and I suspect, like, some of these on this list, well, have garnered quite a following because they've been mentioned on a few. So let me get all my facts straight and stuff like that. However... some of them have already got a ton load of followings. And the first one that I'm going to mention, and I have to mention him, a shout out, because he's the whole reason that I'm sat here boring you all to death, waffling at you, because it was his idea for me to do this, or his suggestion, I should say, for me to do this this whole video enterprise in the first place. So I am the monster that he created, so you can thank or have a go at him in equal measure. But Liam, the Death Doom Metalhead. Shout out, Liam. Top bloke. Don't worry, we will get that gig sorted at some point. Try to sort out a gig somewhere, be it either Leeds, Manchester, Halifax, I don't know, Huddersfield, somewhere like that with Consecration. I am working on that. I've got a few irons in fires, but I'm going to get something sorted out, so it will happen. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Liam, because without him giving me the old nudge, I won't be doing these videos. It was his suggestion. I think I tapped him up one day. We'd sort of exchanging messages and stuff every now and then for the last few months, really. But I think I just tapped him up and said, how did you raise the profile of Consecration? Sort of like without going through the obvious channels of like hiring fucking PR and all that sort of nonsense. And he said, best thing, he said, that raised the profile almost overnight was his YouTube channel, The Death Doom Metalhead. And it has. He's not wrong, because it's definitely, by me doing these, it's definitely raised the profile of Green Sabre. So, yeah, I can't thank you enough, Liam. I had to give you a shout out, because you're the whole reason that I'm doing this fucking nonsense. So, yeah, shout out, Liam. Top banana. Another shout out, and he's got plenty of followers, but he could always do with some more. And it has been a great inspiration watching his videos, but also just a top fella, and you will all know what a top fella is. But John at Rock and Metal Plus, shout out John. You all know the story because John's told it, and I'm sure I've mentioned it on 2 videos previously, but I've actually met John, trying to attempt to get him out of a car park where he'd been boxed in by morons at Conwy Castle in North Wales. Yeah, I was there helping some other guy try to, right, sort of left to you, to me, so on and so forth. And then was like, I'm thinking, I'm fucking sure that's John off of YouTube. John had given us, the reason I knew John's channel is he'd given us a really nice review of the CD, bought a CD and done a really nice review via his channel. So that's hence why I got sort of following and so on. So yeah, I got to meet John. He's a top bloke. I'm looking forward to meeting John again soon at a gig. Hopefully one of ours at some point. He's definitely going to get down there at something. But if I don't see him beforehand, I believe he's at the Winter Philip and Hard gig in Manchester on the 5th of August, which I'm very excited about. There's loads of bands on. But yeah, if I don't see you before, John, I will see you then. Shout out. Shout out also to someone who I've been liaising with, and the creator of this fabulous spoon version of myself. Of course, it's Simon, Beardy Red Viking. Top bloke, Simon. Brilliant. Great YouTube channel as well. If you don't know about it, again, there's links to all of these down below, so check him out. But yeah, Simon provided me with this exquisite spoon version of myself. I mean, the likeness, as you can see, is frightening. But yeah, besides his magnificent spoon work, he's a top bloke, Simon. And yeah, some of the great things about, and what I love about doing these videos and all that, is this, what a community this vinyl community is on YouTube. It's brilliant. They're all great to a man and lady. Fantastic. Yeah, what a great bunch, and I feel privileged to be sort of a part of it now. So yeah, sorry that you have to put up with me in said community. But yeah, I've got to meet so many people through this. Hopefully in person as well. But just, yeah, I met with all these new people. And Simon being one of them. Beardy Red Viking, great bloke, great channel. How many is that I've gone through? Is that 3? Yeah, okay. We're getting to the nitty gritty now. I wrote him down, didn't I, somewhere? Altars of Madness. A channel on here. I assume he's called Matt. Yeah, he's got a great channel, great videos. He's quite prolific as well. I mean, I thought I was quite prolific, but I'm sure there was like one a day for a few weeks or something. But yeah, a great channel, really knowledgeable about. I've found out about loads of decent black metal bands directly via Matt's channel, Altars of Madness. So yeah, I've discovered loads. Not just from him, of course, from all these channels I've discovered loads of stuff. Liam, John, I've discovered so much stuff via you guys. Mark G with a C, discovered loads of stuff via him out of Enchantment. And yeah, but yeah, Altars of Madness, there's loads of like, the one that I can think straight off the bat, Swiss black metal band, I think they are, called Ara. Never heard of them. Discovered them on his channel and love them. Yeah, so I'm sure there's others, but that's just one that I could think of off the top of my head. Great channel. Check him out. It would be rude of me not to mention, of course, absolute legend that is Dylan, Death Metal Dylan. Absolute, what a top bloke. Yeah, and he gave me a really nice review on his shout out to us. Fantastic channel, really good videos, really just sort of like, again, really knowledgeable, knows what he's talking about. Clearly loves his Swedish death metal as well. And yeah, just a top blow. I can't wait to, at some point, we'll meet up and, yeah, we'll have those bevies that were discussed. But yeah, just top fella. Great. I think he's relatively new to the vinyl community and the YouTube video thing. I mean, he might have been following for ages, but I think he's relatively new to doing videos. I could be wrong about that, though. But, yeah, they're great. They're always a good watch. I particularly liked his one that I'm working on in the background, doing my own version. But he did, what is it, No, was it Metal Mickey, sorry, that did, like, something about aliens have landed, you have to give them the best 10 90s death metal albums. I'm working on my own list currently, but I really enjoyed his video of that recently. So, yeah, shout out. And finally, hello, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot to charge my phone. Battery ran out. So, yeah, or it was about to die anyway. So, I'm back. So, where was I? I've done Death Metal Dylan, shout out. The final shout out, I think it was the final shout out, just let me make absolutely sure that I've mentioned this person. Yeah, okay. And the final shout out is to a top bloke, and again, really knowledgeable, brilliant fella. Pie Face, I believe he's called Simon. He's had a lot of mentions, I've noticed, on these videos, and justifiably so, because, yeah, top bloke. And he's only recently started doing videos, but they're a great watch, yeah, really good delivery. I get the feeling that he doesn't feel he's a natural at doing these, but I think that he is, yeah, they're always a great watch. And, yeah, just a thoroughly nice guy. And, again, another one that at some point we'll meet up, hopefully, in the flesh, and, yeah, where we can share metal tales and other such nonsense. But yeah, yeah, great. Like I say, really knowledgeable. There's a few things as well, a few things that he's mentioned on his videos and stuff, and that yeah, that have made me go out there and check him out. And I'm glad that I did. One other shout out to him as well was one thing that he said. What did he say? Because my videos tend to go on for some time. But it said, because they're quite so long, he tends to put them on like at double speed sometimes to go through them. He recommended that I watch myself back at double speed, and it's fantastic viewing. You should try it as well. If you listen to my delivery at double speed, it's creasingly funny, quite honestly. Yeah. So yeah, shout out Pie Face for mentioning for me to try that. Yeah, and I definitely will. Again, great fun. So that's it. Final shout out. I'm not part of the list because I've done 6. But of course, Roger Kjorvik. Shout out. Great channel. Great knowledge. Great collection. Great bloke. And yeah, thanks for making this competition. Really enjoyed putting this video together. Almost got it out in one take, but forgot to charge it, so it's plugged in now. But yeah, thanks for that. I'll keep it nice and short and sweet, which is pretty good for me. So, there will be another video early next week, which will be episode 22, of course. And I think that's going to be the Metal Mickey competition about the 10 90s death metal that, I mean, like I say, I'm busily compiling that as we speak, so watch this space. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Thanks again to all my new subscribers. Any of you that aren't subscribing, give the old punch fuck out of the subscribe button or whatever the saying is. And yeah, get subscribing, get liking. Thanks, guys. Until the next time, I will see you later. Toodle pip.